naughty version of Apples to Apples, like the funnier version.
Oh, almost got.
I'm ready.
Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. I'm ready.
Better luck next time.
I'm ready. Greet the Reaper for me. You're not trying to escape.
Nice try.
Almost meet your mate.
Better try.
God,
Almost got.
I'm ready. Meet your maker. Try again. Oh, better luck next time.
Oh my god, you shit dick. Can you hear me, Tyler? What the fuck? The fuck is a Chunking of Swords? Tyler? Can you hear me? How long have you been out of the party? Yo, it said I wasn't in the party.
Did you know? Oh, no, please don't. Oh! Thank God. I had to change my shit again because I accidentally chose the wrong thing.
No fucking way, bro! Gun shit, and there's two fucking dogs, are you kidding me? How many fucking
Almost
bullets
got
do you need,
glory.
you dumb
I'm
cunt?
ready.
I don't see this UAV. Where's this UAV at? What the fuck is that, bro?
Ledger, you want to play this or not?
Play what? No,
Oh my.
Bro, I'm not
Because
walking out there. You should
kind of need to start off at the same time?
Is Fahrenheit playing?
No.
Play later. Download Evil Apples on your phone.
What?
Download Evil Apples.
Oh yeah.
dumb cunt.
Here. You tell me you can't join, Hori?
Fucking 10 kills.
Oh no, how long have I? I thought you said how long have it.
You just don't play that? Basketball?
What was the question?
Alright. I won't.
It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the The Magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared and sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead, I became part of their story.
Really? No one has an Xbox One that I know, besides you. And like a few other kids at our school. And Nick. But Nick's a rich boy. He has a PC too, I think, and a Nintendo Switch.
Long gameplay.
Yeah.
No!
What?
That's you play.
No.
So, still a bit
Oh, this is
groggy,
way
are we?
different single player.
Don't worry, the sedative will wear off soon enough. Easy now. No need to hurry. Get your bearings and report to me upstairs.
Blue. The blue thingy.
That doesn't give you an
I have to go through this stuff again.
So it wasn't a dream after all. I don't even remember them strapping me down. Boring. An animal sty, freight, or food.
Shaking her fluffy coat, the sheep eyes you balefully, her rectangular eyes like letterboxes to the void. With one sharp hoof, she kicks you right in the shin.
Fresh meat. Nice. Plump. Banded like a chicken's leg, too. Here, you're more animal than me. Sorcerers are bad news, and the Magisters know it.
With two shakes of her stumpy tail, the sheep turns away from you to peruse her hay-filled manger.
Wow. Okay then. Gotta loot everything. Be on that money grind. Hey, gee. Oh, that convenient.
What prestige are you? What Carmen's level on? Not really. Yeah, you can play zombies a lot. Like October.
Ooh, pocket knife.
Come here. Hey. Hey. Get me out of this cage and I'll make it worth your while. You in? Your guess is as good as mine. Someone screamed loud as a banshee. After that, pure pandemonium. They never even told me what I was accused of. Just dragged me down here. Set me free, and I'll set you free. A fair trade, I should think.
I wish PS4
A gentleman among jesters.
Before you can even touch the lever, you hear a sniff and snort behind you as the snoring Magister mumbles himself awake. One bloodshot eye opens, and then another.
Wait, you're no Magister. You're a sorcerer. What are you doing here, filthy lizards? Choose your words carefully. My and it's about time too. The lads and lasses up there are getting lazy. Figures they'd send one of you sorcerers down. They can barely be chuffed to wiggle a single toe.
Play. What?
Play.
Can't just leave the prisoner alone, though. I heard he might be the one causing trouble upstairs.
Fucker, stop.
Oh shit.
It's all the same. I think it's...
Give me the bag! No. Give me the fucking bag, shit dick. Ow, my finger! Ah! What are you drinking? Give me my bag, shit dick!
Come on. Keep your hands where I can see them.
Daniel. Give me it, shit dick. Oh my god. Ow!
Hurry it up, sorcerer. We haven't got all day.
Ow, fucker. Shit, dick. Give me my bat. I need that. Shit, dude, give me it. Yes. I need it. What the fuck? Get in that here. Give me this. Give me this shit. I know it's. I knew it was in that one. Give me it. Every time you punch me, I punch you.
That's not what I had to do.
It's in that one. What the fuck? No. I'm getting a
So
knife.
much for a peaceful stroll.
What?
Slit your
For now, Ledger.
Huh? Unlock it. Suck my pee-pee! Yeah. Only if you suck my pee-pee.
Of course it's locked.
Empty.
You're gay, I knew it. No, it was another dude, that's how you that's the credit.
Not the most elegant solution, was it? And I'm back where I started. Nowhere to go but up.
No, did this get
Empty.
There you are. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash. In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters.
Like, what game were you guys playing?
What are their last names?
When you suck dick too much and it goes down your throat so you start to choke.
No lesions, no trauma.
Good God! There's been a murder.
Behind the Magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You can't make out a face amid the mess.
There's been a murder. The sorcerer was killed by one of your own. Lucky you were busy getting your collar fitted at the time, or you'll be a suspect like the rest of them. Waters is investigating. She'll figure, aren't you enterprising? I'll let Waters tell you no, Escade. She with the body.
How do you... Why aren't you building the park?
Huh?
Why aren't you building the park then?
Because I already built it to the max I can.
Ugly sight, isn't it? Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source.
She looks up at you.
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You were asleep the whole time. You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Figured as much. Listen, I could use someone to keep their ears open and bring me a good lead. Thanks.
Warden's gonna be spawning. Where's my gun? What do you mean?
Scallywags.
I downloaded it on Wi-Fi.
Jade, let's play Evil Apples.
No!
Why? Okay then, Tim, get on.
I'm playing a game. How much money do you have? How much money do you have?
An elf sits tucked away in a
Snake eyes.
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what they'll look like.
She shakes her head.
Game for one, I'm afraid. Rolling dice. Deciding fates.
She eyes you quite seriously.
Not the future, no. But I can read the past in flesh. One of the perks of being an elf, you see. I'm quite good at it, too. I could lick your arm and tell you how you spent the night before last. Shall I?
She gives your arm a vigorous stroke of the tongue, efficient like a cat grooming.
You were in a cellar with other sorcerers. As everyone lay sleeping, you lay awake thinking of someone back home. A very special someone. You were reminiscing about the things you used to do together.
Oh fuck, I'm dead. Warden's here. Got him.
They don't care about us.
Get me.
Of course it is. The truth's right there, skin deep. But don't you worry, darling. Your secret's safe with me. I don't lick and tell. Don't worry, honey.
She looks you up and down.
Never say never, though.
You think me mad?
Mad? Insufferable? Surely.
What are you trying to hear anyway?
I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
Never thought you'd end up in prison.
Right. I always knew you'd turn out and brought some
Here to register. You fair and okay, so glad to hear it. You head on.
Those bubbles trained on her. Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep...
So you admit it then? You murdered that...
Yes, I did. But of course that...
She turns her head.
There are others whose lives...
Good. You there, sorcerer. Go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this...
No. I'm afraid I always perform my part solo. Do stay and watch, though, because...
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her men quickly!
Shit.
If she casts source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
What's happened?
If I play with you, you play this afterwards, Legend? If I play with you, will you play this? Why not? Why not?
That doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards!
got her! Keep thinking that Blake found in Iron Creek are really Oh my god! That's sexy.
Thank you.
The hound paws desperately at its snout. It winces as it draws blood from its wet black nose and continues scratching. The dog notices you for the first time and snarls. The hairs on its back
Sorcerer!
It sneezes suddenly and paws...
Can't smell. Can't breathe. Too much sauce. Too much. Too much. Please, make it stop. Oh. Too much. Too much. Can't smell.
The dog whines and continues pawing at its nose.
Not long before this thing snaps into splinters!
Oh. How did I pick water barrel again?
through the door and are suddenly face to face with an undead. His skull is bizarrely angular, and a glorious jewel sits in the middle of his forehead. The skeleton is quickly leafing through a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia, muttering to himself.
No, no, no! What damn fools record knowledge on a pulped tree? It catches fire, it turns into must when wet, it cannot even resist acid! No wonder they're so bloody ignorant.
The skeleton looks up and notices...
Oh. Yes? Shouldn't you be running or screaming or some such?
The skeleton groans and looks back to his book, frantically flipping from page to page.
I know your god did not gift you with much, but kindly use the little you were given. Do you look at me and think, why yes, there is someone with organs enough to drown? Trifling matters like water and poison do not concern me. No, damp robes are the most I have to fear. Once this glorified skiff hits the seafloor, I will simply walk to shore. Whereas you, I believe, have lifeboats to pointlessly squabble over. I believe you did, although I was wearing the face of an elf at the time. I had a mask, rather ingeniously designed, which allowed me to take that primitive form. A mask that was stolen by that damned witch after her little scene. Still, she'll drown with the rest of these fools, and I will simply pluck my mask from her cold, dead hands. Remember, one of your race's weaknesses is having your lungs filled with water until you can no longer breathe. So
the skeleton resumes his...
What in blazes? Something's pounding on the hull!
dwarf yanks at one of the nearby ropes to no avail.
Said there were other people down here.
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time for getting the hell out of here.
Fuck you! There's a ladder right up.
You're gonna be the death of us, you.
If you could walk, get yourself off the ladder. Wait! Voidwoken!
Bugs would sink the ship on my watch.
Let the games begin.
They who are about to triumph.
I thought Voidwoken was supposed to be scary.
I've faced worse.
We make a pretty good team.
I hear something. It's Magister Siwan, the one who put on this damn collar. Sounds like she needs help.
She tries to speak, but can only gape as she clutches her neck, trying to stem the bleeding of a gushing wound. With jagged movements, she raises her clenched fist and holds out a length of cloth, soaked with some kind of strong-smelling tincture. Blood quickly soaks through the cloth. Magister Siwan's mouth opens and closes, her eyes wide in terror.
I already have the hard code, right? And the flash, who was the evil one?
Reverse flash. Or zoom.
No, it's
Reverse
all
flash
of
or
them.
zoom?
Zoom, reverse flash, and another dude.
It's working. The pressure is stemming the flow of blood. Siwan clutches your arm, her eyes locked with yours. Something within the ship snaps. The floorboards shudder.
Who turns off the lamp in the opening credits?
Siwan struggles to her feet, clinging to you tightly. The ship lets out a deep groan, then cracks.
Oh shit, bitch!
It's ripping the ship apart.
This is it!
I have plans for you, child. Rise.
Jesus Christ, he had 11 questions right in entertainment.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some...
I'm down with Captain.